Penn State wins a thriller tonight, 4-3 over Michigan State. The Nittany Lions tie it late and then win it in the final minute with a power play goal from Tyler Gratton, along with former Nittany Lion goaltender Chris Funke. I'm Brian Tripp. Here alongside former Nittany Lion standout Miles Dredd. Brian Tripp back with you courtside. And Miles, the Mike Rhodes era began with a bang on Monday, but it was two holdovers from your team last year that got off to a great start to this season. Jameel Brown and Kanye Clary. McKenna dangles into the low slot. McKenna fires. He scores! The Wizard of Whitehorse wins it in overtime. Gavin McKenna uses his legs to evade the rush, throws it, end zone, jump ball, what a catch! Touchdown, Sam Donovan climbs the ladder and comes down with it. The wind, the pitch, swinging a high drive, deep center field. Richter back out of room, goodbye, home run! Bryce Molinaro brings Penn State back within one. Garland, big dig by Stark. On two, Elisaya! On the money at the right time to tie it up.
However, Clifford and his head coach James Franklin said he should be at or near 100% this week. Now, the biggest question is his mobility. He had negative 28 rushing yards last week and no designed running plays. In his career, though, when Clifford runs for 40 or more yards, Penn State is 9-1. Dave, the big story this week at Penn State revolves around the running back position. Junior Journey Brown has started each of the last 4 games for the Nittany Lions, but it's true freshman Noah Kane with back-to-back 100-yard games, and he was the player on the field last week to close out the win at Iowa.
Coach, congratulations. Where do we start? The longest game in FBS history. How would you describe this win?
You know what? It's earned.
What's up? Pat, welcome to Happy Valley.
Hey, thank you.
So I know it's been a whirlwind for you. What have your first impressions been? You've been here before as a student athlete and then an administrator at Indiana, but what have your first impressions been now this time on campus?
One last rush, rifled ahead, looking for the tip. It's down into the Denver zone. Hicks out to play it at the end boards, throws it up the wall with one last effort. It's over. It's a Denver dynasty. Denver rallies to win it 2-1. And the Pioneers with their 3rd championship in 5 seasons. Mack into the near circle, fires, he scores! Simon Mack wins it in overtime! Hysteria here in Hockey Valley as Penn State upsets number 2 Minnesota 4-3 on the overtime winner by Simon Mack. There he goes, Adam Nunez taking off. He can fly. See ya, touchdown. Smith able to get to the outside. Smith breaking free. Oh man, look at him go. Down the sideline. Kamari Smith is in for the touchdown. His payoff pitch, swung on and drilled high in the air and deep to right. It is out of here. Matt Wood with a 3-run home run, and Penn State has opened up a 5-1 lead. Go-ahead runs on second, 2 outs. 1-1 game, top of the 9th. Here's the payoff pitch. Slider swung on, hammered into the gap, deep left center field, and it's a one-hopper up and against the base of the fence. Swanson into second with an RBI double, and Nebraska has a 2-1 lead. Fans outside of Beaver Stadium anticipating the arrival of their 2nd-ranked Nittany Lions ahead of week number 3 in the final non-conference tune-up before this thing really begins. Penn State 2-0, Villanova 1-0, squaring off 3:30 kick here at Beaver Stadium today as we welcome you on into the Modelo Penn State football pregame show. Brian Tripp and our Nittany Lion legends, Christian Hackenberg, Jason Kabinda back with you. 80 degrees sunny. You can't beat this here in Happy Valley, and can't wait to see this team get back out there in one final tune-up before the real test begins. Penn State dominated the game last night, but Notre Dame stole it by a 2-1 final score. Let's take a look back at the highlights from last night's game between Penn State and Notre Dame. Penn State striking first in this game for the 19th time in 25 games this year. Danny Genev buries it. Penn State outshoots Notre Dame 20-6 in the opening period. Notre Dame then would rally despite being outplayed. Great wraparound there from Justin Janicki. Sets up
Chase Primo out front. That ties the game at 1 in the second period, early third period. On the power play, a backhand snipe top shelf by Ryder Ralston. Notre Dame takes a 2-1 lead, and the newest member of the Penn State football family is Xavier Gilliam, a 6'2" defensive lineman from Montgomery Village, Maryland. And Xavier is with us here live on our National Signing Day stream. Xavier, first on the board for the class of 2024. Welcome to the Penn State football family. How exciting is today for you and your family?
You know, it's super exciting. You know, never really imagined of experiencing something like this.
As you said, the last couple of weeks of vacation, I think if there's one time a year that is that downtime, it is July. As a head football coach, how do you try to refresh and recharge in July?
Yeah, just as much family time as possible and friends. Try to get out of town.
No timeouts. It will be decided by the players on the floor the rest of the way. Kennedy, Jake Turner, blocked by Penn State. Stark and Trammell got it, and great pickup by Grimes. That ball was headed in. Big swing by Stark. Can't be recovered. Point! Nittany Lions. Clary knifing around, goes up, left hand, too strong. Demetrius Lilly with a big-time board, put back, and he'll go to the line, looking to make it a three-point play. This time, Skutnik just decoys the handoff up the middle, into the end zone, barreling in, Trey Pfeiffer.
It's stolen away, Van Olm, breakaway for the lead, fires, scores! Jay Van Olm on the breakaway!
Davis off the block, Elisaiah saves it, so does Bilanovic. Swing off the block, picked up by the Nittany Lions. Weatherington hammers it down, point Penn State. Nittany Lions win set 1 in convincing fashion, 25-13.